Hi, my name is Tyler Chess. This is my pet peeve persuasion speech for SPH 101. I want to thank everyone for being here today. I appreciate you for coming. How many of you are considering going to college? Okay, quite a few of you. Now, how many of you that are considering college, considering going to a college such as Penn State or IUP versus a local community college such as CCAC or Westmoreland County Community College? Okay, a handful of you. I can definitely understand wanting to compare. Now, show of hands of, does that degree matter where it comes from? Does it matter to you in your opinion? Okay, more hands. Today I want to talk about the unfair view that colleges such as CCAC and Westmoreland County Community College get versus Penn State and IUP. So let's meet Matt. He, like you guys, he is 18 years old. He's debating on a community college versus a major university such as Penn State. At the time, he's getting a 2-year degree, and he's worried about debt and curriculum. Now, here is Penn State's website where you can go and price out what you're going to pay. This is for 2 semesters. This is for 30 credits. So here we have the tuition, student, IT fees, rent, meals, and books. Now I do realize that rent and meals aren't going to be included in CCAC's cost. However, you figure Matt's going to be staying on campus, he's going to need rent to stay, and he's going to need food. So for 2 semesters, 30 credits, $30,000. Okay, so he has half his degree done now. Great. Let's think about, the year after. Probably going to be either more, 30,000 or more. That's 60 grand for a 2-year degree. Let's say he wants to do his bachelor's. Well, that's another 60 grand. That's $120,000. That's a lot of money. For comparison, this is CCAC's website where you can go and compare prices. So here's our county of residence, number of credits, 25, which by the way, that's the max you can have on this price tool at this time is 25 compared to 30 at Penn State. Same academic terms, tuition, college fee, tech fee, capital fee, and student services fee, estimated total $3,100. Now mind you, that does not include books and other expenses. Maybe throw in another $1,000 or $2,000 for that. You're at $4,000 or $5,000 for the 2 semesters. Finish up your degree, probably another same amount. You're looking at maybe $10,000 all said and done for your 2-year degree. Now, CCAC does not offer bachelor's. That's when you have to go to another college such as Penn State or IUP if you want to get your bachelor's. But if you want to get a 2-year degree, in my opinion, your best bet would be to go to CCAC. What about curriculum? Well, the curriculum is the exact same as it is at CCAC and Penn State. For example, my brother and I took the same networking class. He took his at PTI, I took mine at CCAC. The only difference was how much he paid. I paid $600, he paid $1,200. Exact same networking class, same book, same curriculum. What about the professors? What about the teachers? Well, they have to be high quality too. They have to have their master's or bachelor's to teach a class. They don't just hire anyone off the street to teach students. So keep that in mind. What about flexibility? Well, that's another strong point for community college. A lot of students need the flexibility because they work, maybe they're a parent, they can't afford going to Penn State, they can't afford the campus life, things like that. So flexibility, is the key to stability. I thought this picture fit really well in here for this slide. Okay, what about class size? 27% of Penn State classes have 20 to 29 students. That's a lot of students. The average class size at CCAC is 16. But what are the benefits to a smaller class? Well, you have more opportunities to ask questions, more opportunities to contribute to class discussion, and you get to know your professor better. Okay, but what kind of services does CCAC offer? Tons. Financial aid, job placement, libraries, personal and career counseling, supportive services for individuals with disabilities, transfer counseling, and many more services. That's not to say that Penn State and other colleges have these services, because they do. But it's unfair that these services aren't usually talked about when people are trying to decide what school they want to go to. CCAC has plenty of services to help students determine what kind of services they need and where they want to go to school. Especially transferring, that's a big one. But what about student culture and campus life? Well, this is one area where Penn State has CCAC and other local community colleges beat by a long shot. However, CCAC still offers sports such as basketball, bowling, golf, and cross country. CCAC supports more than 60 clubs and organizations, including 5 honor societies. Now, Penn State, and other big name universities, they provide the college experience. Dorm living, staying up on campus, football parties, things like that. But that's not without a backstory. So you may be wondering, why do I have all these news channels up here? That's because Penn State is no stranger to being in the news. They have their famous Sandusky case, which that was a huge event. They recently have the hazing case, where a young student died due to the negligence of his peers. And that really puts a bad image on Penn State and maybe some other major colleges that may have similar issues. CCAC and other community colleges typically don't have issues like this. They're typically not in the news. So therefore, their names aren't tarnished by the negative media coverage. So here's my final thoughts. If you're considering a 2-year degree, I would highly, highly recommend researching a local college first before considering going to a major university such as Penn State or IUP. Now, if you're considering a 4-year degree, I would still consider going to CCAC first for your first 2 years, and then afterwards you will have to transfer to another school to finish up your bachelor's. As we talked about earlier, the debt. The average student debt is over $30,000. That's a lot of money. That's a car. And depending on the life of the loan, that could be hundreds of dollars per month. at the end of the day, there's lots to think about when it comes to choosing your schooling. You need to make the decision that best helps you financially. I want to thank you for your time and for allowing me to show you my speech. Have a good day.